So why do I even bother investing? It's a question literally everyone should be asking before they start investing because it will be a long journey with a lot of ups and downs. If you don't know your reason why, it's going to be really hard to keep consistent over, 30, 40 years. And all you're going to end up doing is just dipping in and out of the market. So in this video, I wanted to review my reason why as to I invest into the stock market, how it's changed, and my plans for the future. So as you can see, this is one of my stocks and shares ISAs. It's the largest one I have. For those eagle-eyed viewers among you, you'll see that I have a lot of cash. And you're right, it's not investing at all. And it just had me thinking, why am I doing all this anyway? Now I'm going to say something very obvious, and it might not sound like that, but personal finance is personal. Everyone goes through different life stages. Everyone has a different circumstance. And for me, I started out investing when I was 27, and I only really started earning money at the age of 28. Now, for 98% of the population, starting working at 28 is very, very late. And if I had said that without any context, you might think I have been a very lazy boy. Well, the thing is, I pursued a PhD, which took 5 years, after my master's, which took 1 year, and my degree, which took 3 years. And between that, I did take a year out to find myself. So already at the age of 28, I was far, far behind most people who started work at 21 straight after university. And I knew that I had to close the gap. So at the age of 32, I currently have £170,000 plus invested within my stocks and shares ISAs. This is just one of them. I actually only really worked full-time from the ages of 28 to 30 before quitting and becoming a full-time YouTuber. Now that's something that most people don't do, and therefore my journey is going to be completely different from someone else's. And me comparing myself with someone 32 who has £600,000 is just an unfair comparison. Now, at the same time, I was able to grow £30,000 into about £200,000 since about 2021. But in either case, the facts are the facts. If I had been investing more this year, I would be up by way, way more. But then again, you do have to ask what my why is with investing and how that has changed and will change in the future. So this stocks and shares ISA was on Trading 212, and if you would like to get started with investing on Trading 212 and receive a free fractional share worth up to £100, then all you have to do is to follow the link in the description box down below. Or you can scan this QR code appearing on the screen right now. Alternatively, if you've already signed up to Trading 212 over the past 10 days but haven't received your free fractional share, then all you have to do is to press the 3 horizontal line menu at the bottom of the screen. Then scroll all the way down until you see the section Use Promo Code. And in this section, just enter the code JUBAIR and you should receive a free fractional share. So when I first started investing at 27, my aim was to close the gap between people my age. Back then I did have life savings, only £30,000, and I felt incredibly behind. My first job had a decent salary for a first job. It was around £40,000 per year. So I was taking home between £2,000 to £2,500 after tax. Now, believe it or not, that is not a lot of money for living in London, but my circumstances did change. And after I went full time on YouTube, I moved to Scotland. Now, the house prices here are way more affordable. In fact, looking at a pretty sizable 4-bedroom house, I would be paying around £250,000. Now let's hold that thought for a second. I started out investing because I never wanted to have to rely on working to be able to just live my life. Now at the age of 27, I thought if I could make £2,000 per month, passively through the stock market or any other means, then I've made it. That's enough for me to live. I could potentially move somewhere else and just live off my stock portfolio. Now, fast forward to today, my monthly expenses are closer to £4,000 a month. It's funny how things change. Now, of course, things have changed because I'm supporting multiple different people, for example, my wife and child, but still £4,000 a month is my target per month. Now, if I want to get a job that pays £4,000 per month after tax, I'm looking at a very high, well-paid job. And unfortunately, even with a PhD, that is quite hard to achieve. And if I went into finance, that would be bye-bye the rest of my actual sociable life. But my goal ideally was to have £1 million in my stocks and shares ISA so that I could take out around £3,000 to £4,000 per month and just do whatever I want with it. So like I said, I'm now 32 and I have around £200,000 invested, which is actually not bad at all. I'm about 20% complete in my journey, and of course the journey gets easier as you have more and more invested. But now my situation has completely changed. You see how I said I was living in Scotland and the house prices are cheaper? Now the thing is, I need a bigger place. There's just not enough room for me here. So I'm looking to buy a house, and my stock portfolio is around £200,000 when the house costs around £250,000. Do you catch my drift? Now, my whole mentality of keeping money in the stock market has become more short term, because if I can find £250,000 plus some extra, for solicitor fees, stamp duty, whatever, then I can buy my house outright and then potentially restart my investing journey. But of course, there's so many things that I have to weigh out. This stocks and shares ISA portfolio has been 4 years worth of deposits, so £80,000 in total, and the rest is gain, which I think is really good. It would only take me around 4 years to try and replicate this, although past performance can't be used to predict the future. If I buy a house outright now, I don't have to pay a mortgage, and that money could be then used to invest into the stock market. There are so many ways that I could do this. I could always keep this stocks and shares ISA portfolio and use the others. And I know long-term investing requires that we investors, consistently invest right now, regardless of what the prices are, and that in the future we could potentially have a lot more, which I 100% agree with. But if I'm going to buy a house now, I can't afford those short-term rocks of the stock market, especially being so short-term minded. I don't want to be buying at these crazy high valuations, which over the short term could result in a stock market crash. Although again, that's not really a good reason to not invest, because as I've showed you before multiple times, not investing has meant that I missed out on tens of thousands of pounds. But if a stock market crash were to happen, that would completely derail my plan of actually buying a house outright. Now, there is another big component to this, and the stock market isn't my only way to make money. Like I said, over the past 2 years, I have been a full-time content creator. I've learned so much about business and reinvesting back into business. I have a second business, which my wife owns, that needs more of my input, more of my time, more of my, monetary input, because I know that business can be scaled far better than potentially this business here. And that could make me the money to, potentially invest more in the future. When I started out, the stock market seemed like the only option to grow my wealth. But now, as I get more and more into business and more avenues open up for me, it seems obvious that business is going to be the thing that could propel an increase in wealth. And it also has changed my complete outlook on what I really want from life. Because as someone who has just done YouTube over the past 2 years and nothing else, the idea of maybe just doing nothing and living off £4,000 per month doesn't really sound as good as it did when I was 27, so 5 years ago. All I'm trying to say is that you should understand why you're investing and reassess. Is that still the reason as to why you want to invest? Yes, it's pretty good if you just invest for the sake of it and have a pot of money, which, you can later decide what to do. Now, if you're serious about investing, or at least putting money into an investment account like I have, so £20,000 per year, for around 5 to 6 years now, then it's so important that you ask yourself, is the reason why you started still the reason? Are there some other avenues where your money may be better suited? For example, buying a house, for example, moving countries, businesses, whatever it is, personal finance is personal finance. So make sure to check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next video.